Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I am Jiří Kofránek, and co-author is Martin Vokulka. Martin is currently Dean of First Medical Faculty. In 5th century before Christ, Confucius noticed that I hear and I forget. I see, I remember, and I do, I understand. 2000 after, in 17th century, John Amos Comenius, founder of European pedagogy, confirmed this old Chinese experience in the book Orbis Pictus, School by Play. The old Chinese experience and Comenius' effort for playful teaching has a modern implementation in simulators and simulation. It's widely used, for example, simulator in flying industry, and now we also using simulation and simulators in medicine. The students and doctors can run diagnostic and therapeutic patient in virtual reality without danger of the patient. Many books have a digital version and accompanying material. The big challenges bring internet and interactive multimedia. But if we connect internet and interactive multimedia with simulation, it brings new possibilities. We can design a new kind of digital books. We can accompany these digital books with education simulation games. And we're designing new kind of digital books. We can call it interactive simulation, digital textbooks. And these textbooks have simulation models in the background, and the student and readers may watch some results of simulation models, and also they can look at the graphics, and these graphics is like a puppets, can be controlled by a simulation model in the background. It brings new possibilities for education. How to create interactive simulation textbooks? It is not easy. Prerequisites is multidisciplinary cooperation with artists that can designing the interactive graphics, and modeler that designing mathematical models. It is more scientific than development work. And educator, the developing strategy of education and study text. And of course, programmer that designing the software for simulation model. And we have designing special tools that we called body light technology, a special technology. This technology is open source because this technology is a result of
scientific grant that we solved in connections with Creative Connections firm and first medical faculty. And this technology is based on new technology for interactive graphics that can moving animated as a JavaScript and HTML5, and new technology for simulation. It is based by so-called equation-based modeling language. In this language, like Modelica, for example, we run, we write the model as a system of equations, and solving algorithm and solving solution is a task for Modelica language compiler. Result is source code of simulation model in C. And our technologies based on standards. First is standards HTML5 that brings animation canvas for moving pictures. And ECMAScript 6 that enhanced the JavaScript possibilities, and WebAssembly. WebAssembly is a low-level programming language, and all modern browsers have tools that understand this language and enable speed up running and execution of the program. Web components. Web components is a next internet standard that can reusability of our components designed. Our component is a new element of HTML5. From Modelica language, we have a source code of simulation model. Another standard brings from industry. It is a so-called FMI standard, function mockup interface. This is a standard for interfaces between computer simulation models. Result is function mockup units, and our technology converted this program into WebAssembly and JavaScript. And of course, graphical design tools doing HTML5 and JavaScript that encoded the animations. And our technology converted it in web components. How it works together. First, cornerstone is educator that design the conceptual application. Artists create interactive graphics in a form of HTML and JavaScript. And our tool converted it into web components, reusable web components. Modeler, designer, mathematical model of physiological systems, and result is model source code in C language, and our technology converted it in model source code in WebAssembly and JavaScript and into another web component of the model. And programmer create the software components like Lego pieces, and we can designing from these components, design the application in a web. This application can be run in browser, in HTML, JavaScript, and WebAssembly. We have designing body light composer that is tools that allows cooperation with artist, educator, programmer, and modeler. And result is the teaching simulators that can be run on any browsers, on any operation systems. For example, this is some example. This is part of our teaching program of iron metabolism. Students can look what is changing, if it's changing some iron intake, bleeding, infusions, infections, and so on. Another example is from renal physiology. This is modeling of nephron, and we have the animated pictures of glomerulus. Behind this is a very complicated model of kidney, and students can look how the glomerulus worked. And this is part of hemodynamics. And we look what's happened if we changing the heart rate and changing the inotropy, and look how changing the flows and the pressures in the heart, and also animated pictures was controlled by the model behind this. Key of our technology is creative connections of professionals, programmers, software designers, modeler, mathematical model creator, artist, and educator. But cornerstones are students, because it is very important if you have user feedback. Therefore, we have our firm and our laboratory in faculty, and we can improve our models based on students' feedback. In our faculty, now we educated more than 160 Israeli students, and in our technology interested in also a group of IT students from Tel Aviv University. And we have created initiative, EGOLEM project. EGOLEM project is initiatives based on enthusiasts of teachers of first Faculty of Medicine and students, and small firm small firm creative connections. First is goal, we want by the end of this year, we will jointly prepare web simulation for education on hemodynamic disorders, head failure, shock states, and this digital simulators textbooks will be in Czech, English, and in Hebrew. Also, in the summer semester, we will try it out in medical education at the first faculty and medicine. And also, we will try to test it in parallel with the cooperating medical faculty of Israel. And in spring next year, We plan to hold a workshop about our body light technology in Prague, especially for IT students from Israel. During this workshop, we will teach Israeli partners the necessary things about our body light technology. EagleM project is based on 2 pillars. First pillar is shareable scientific results, mathematical models of physiology. We have deal with mathematical models of physiology in our faculty for decades with wide international operations. And second pillar is a result of our grant solution. It is our open source body light technology for designing web simulator textbooks. But the created web simulators are copyrighted work. And we think that it has a significant commercial potential. Web-based simulators materialize interdisciplinary cooperation and the results of scientific research, the creation of mathematical models into a commercially saleable product. And our interactive simulation textbooks materialize the old Confucius experience and playful efforts to teaching of Jan Amos Comenius. It is modern implementation of these dreams. We are looking for cooperation. First, to develop body light technology, because body light technology is open source, and to exploit and create interactive simulation textbooks in our EagleM initiatives. Thank you for attention.
Professor Kofránek, thank you very much for a fascinating presentation. I'm sure for most of the audience this seemed very simple. For me this looks unbelievably complicated in what you're doing. And I think this is marvelous. This for me is the future of medical education, as it is a fun, interactive form of learning that doesn't just give the student, be it undergraduate or postgraduate, knowledge, but it makes them understand how things work as well. This is absolutely brilliant. I have one thing just to correct you on, though, if I may be so bold. You said 160 Israeli students. We at First Faculty are very, very proud of our Czech-Israeli relationship, our strong relationship. And the latest number, which you wouldn't know yet as of last Friday, is that we have now more than 250 Israeli students studying at our faculty, which we're very, very proud of. I have a question for you, though, if I may. This project, for the expansion, as you said, it needs to go, it's got a great commercial value. How do you go about that next step of taking this into the bigger world from your student models and after the testing that you mentioned in the summer semester?
I think that it depends on the result of our project, a result of our education tested our textbooks in education. It is a result of interdisciplinary work, and interdisciplinary work is not so easy because it requires interdisciplinary understanding. In my laboratory, for example, we teach the students of IT the physiology on very deep, several thousands of books of physiology we have. And the medical students, we have taught modeling, programming, and control science. And then after this, the IT specialist can work together with the physiologist.